Hey guys, welcome back. Let's get crafting. So for our first project, the items that you're going to need are one of these ornament signs from the Dollar Tree, and you will also need, well, I'm using the calendar page, so we're going to redecorate this. So the calendar I'm using is the Be Brave calendar from the Dollar Tree, and for the month of December, it had this beautiful wreath that just said Peace on Earth. It's very farmhouse country, so I figured this would look absolutely beautiful on the back of this ornament. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop off the silver top piece and we're going to put that onto the back. So I just took my X-Acto knife and just basically cut away the glue. And then with some Mod Podge, I'm just going to lay that all out on the back of this ornament sign, and we're going to stick the calendar page down to it. I don't cut the calendar page down to size, only because if I don't cut it correctly, or if it's not all the way centered where I want it to be, I want to be able to kind of pull it back up and reposition it. So that's what I choose to do, and it works out perfectly fine for me. So once you get the Mod Podge down, you go ahead and place down your prints or whatever you wanted on the back of your sign. I kind of held it up to make sure that it was center so I could see where it was. And then I'm just applying down some more Mod Podge really to get that nice secure hold that I want on the back of this board. And at first it does have some wrinkles to it, but those, once it dries, actually just kind of dried out flat. So I'm super happy with how this turned out. And then once you get everything secured down and it's dry, then I just take my X-Acto knife and also go in and cut off the excess page around the border. Okay, so when I cut off the excess edge, I just put it on a piece of cardboard. So I just used the cardboard that was inside of the calendar, just so I wasn't cutting up my table. But so just remove your outer edge, and then I just took some hot glue for the metal piece, and that's going to cover up also the hole from the hanger for the calendar page. So it works out perfectly. But put some hot glue on that and then just push it down into place. And then this is it for this project. I really love how simple and beautiful this actually came out. I was super excited when I found these ornaments and the circle that they had at the Dollar Tree. I can't wait to hang this up for Christmas season. I think it's beautiful. I hope you guys like it too. Project number 2. Okay, so for this next project, what you will need are 4 of these square box signs that the Dollar Tree has. And then we are just going to glue them all together, and I glued them and also took some of the clamps that you can get from the Dollar Tree just to kind of really make sure that that glue that I'm putting down glues onto those very flat. Um, and we're going to stick some Mod Podge on this, and I'm using just a piece of scrapbook paper that I had on hand that has snowflakes all over it. I thought it was really pretty, and for what I wanted it for, I thought that this would work. So, taking some Mod Podge, and we're going to do the same thing like I did with the sign from the previous project. I'm going to put the Mod Podge down, and then I'm going to go ahead and put my scrapbook paper down. I didn't cut the scrapbook paper down to size because I wasn't sure where I wanted it or how I wanted it to be positioned. So just laying that on there and then creasing over the edges, and we will cut that off with an X-Acto knife later once it dries. From there, I then took this wooden camper that they had at Dollar General. So this is from Dollar General. It was $2 and I loved it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and paint this little camper, this trailer. So I use some white, I use red, I use a green color from Apple Barrel, and then I take a little bit of this like emerald metallic green to go over top of the Christmas tree just to give it a little bit more of a shimmer shine to it. And then I also use a little bit of some antique gold is the color for the tree topper. Once I get done painting everything the way that I like it, I then go in and take the antique gold color, and that's actually what I use to distress the little white pieces with. I kind of thought it would look really, really cute with not the normal kind of color distressing. And I mean, it's Christmas, so why not? That's what I wanted to do. So just taking a little bit of this like gold, it is a metallic color, just to make that clarification. So I'm just taking that gold color and I paint the wheel, and then I also paint the hitch, and then take a little bit on my brush and just kind of dry brush it over some of the areas where you might see a little bit of like discoloration on a camper. And I just think it looks really, really cute, especially around the snowflakes on this camper. Once I get done doing all of that and it dries, I'm then going to go ahead and glue this onto our board. So just taking some hot glue and making sure that I get that down. And then the Dollar Tree had these beautiful metal signs or words that they've been having out, I think, for each season, which is wonderful. So they have out joy, believe, and peace. And I was thinking, when I go camping, it's very peaceful. So I figured I would just use this piece on here, and it just ties everything together. I think it gives just me that extra oomph that I wanted on this. Um, and again, we're just hot gluing it down, and that is it for this DIY. Project number 3. Okay, so for this final project, it is a little bit more detailed, and I have to say I love this project. So what you're going to need are 7 of these wooden boxes from the Dollar Tree, and we're going to paint them all white. So whether you use chalk paint or whatever you're going to do, um, the side that has the hole where the drawer was, we're going to have that for the top. So you don't have to worry about painting the bottom of the boxes if you don't want to. I just painted around the sides of the boxes on all 4 sides. And then after I did that, I'm like, that was just like, why did I do that? Because really you're only going to see 3 of the sides of the boxes on the 2 ends, and then for the other ones that we're going to be gluing together, you're only going to see the front and the back. You're not going to see the 2 sides. So yeah, learn from my mistake. You only need to paint then 2 sides for your other boxes that won't be, on the ends. So taking these boxes, once you have them all glued and they're dry, I'm then going to go ahead and hot glue them all together. And then we're going to put some words on this, some letters. Once all your boxes are glued together, then what I'm going to do is I'm taking the stencil letters from the Dollar Tree and I'm using I'm not using the letters themselves. I'm using actually the cutout of the letters. So it's going to be a stencil. I am using the word believe for my boxes. Now, of course, if you wanted to use a different word like joy or peace or Merry, or you want to do more and you want to say Merry Christmas, I guess you could also do that as well. I just wanted to do one that said believe. I had seen a picture and I can't remember where I seen it. Otherwise, I would pop it up for you guys. But I seen a picture with boxes like this and floral popping out of the top, and I thought it was absolutely beautiful. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to coordinate some colors. We're going to do red, gold, and green. And I'm just going to rotate those colors. So we're going to start off with the B being red, and then my E is going to stay gold because I have more E's throughout this project. And then your L is going to be green, and then red, gold, green, and then I did gold again. So this is what I chose to do. Now, of course, if you have more of a white or silver or a blue or whatever your decor color is for your Christmas, you could always then take the letters and paint the letters that color. I was also thinking after I did this, I was going to do the reverse side differently and paint all of the boxes their own color and then have the letters be white. But my 7-year-old decided he loved how this box came out and didn't want me to do that because he thought it would ruin it. So I chose to keep it this way. My son loved it, so we can't wait to put this project up as well. But this one is a little bit more in depth, so I do apologize. But it does turn out absolutely gorgeous, and for a couple of dollars from the Dollar Tree, you really can't go wrong with such a beautiful project once it's all finished. So hang in there with me, and we will get into the next section of what we're going to need to do. Okay, so once you get done painting everything, then you're going to want to lightly sand or buff over top of these letters. And I apologize, but the the camera stand obviously was touching my my table because it looks like there's an earthquake or something going on. But lightly buff and sand down your letters. It just gives them more of like a weathered look so that it doesn't look brand new. You know, it gives you just that nice old kind of farm country looking, I don't know, just whatever. Anyway, so moving on. So now we are taking some of this foam blocks from the Dollar Tree. So this is the stuff that you can actually wet. I choose to do this because I like it more than the regular like styrofoam. It's easier to put stuff into, where the styrofoam is more, I don't know, it's just harder to actually get your projects down in there. So I prefer to use this. It breaks apart really easily, and I was able to get, I think I bought 4 of the foam blocks, and I only really needed 3 of them to just cut down and make them fit into each one of these little box sections. So this way here, when we go to put our floral in there, it will go in nice and neat, and it's going to look fabulous once it's all done. I promise. Just stick with it. It'll be beautiful. Okay, once everything is done there, then I'm taking these Dollar Tree picks that I had found. So they only had like 4 or 5 options. And well, really, they only had 2 picks. And then these are, they were clips that you could go ahead and like clip onto your wreaths and stuff. But I wanted picks, like I wanted something I could push down into the foam. So I figured I could use these. I took the clip off, and then I took some of the wire ties and just strung that through the back of these clips after removing the clip part off, and put some hot glue on there so that way there everything would stay together. And that is basically what I'm pushing down into the foam. So just get yourself some pipe cleaners if you have to use these clips. If not, you can also go to Walmart. I know Walmart has some really great picks that you could use. I kind of thought that I could do that too, but I really wanted to just stay within a certain budget on this project, and $1 versus $2, I mean, I guess I don't have to be that cheap, but I didn't want this to be a Dollar Tree slash, oh wait, I went to Walmart. No, I wanted everything from Dollar Tree or like a Dollar General type setting. So that is what I chose to do here. However, if you are recreating this and these colors like don't go with your theme, like, then by all means, like, obviously go out and pick up some of the picks from Walmart that go along with your theme. I'm not too crazy about themes. Like, I don't have like peacocks or blue and silver. Like, I'm really kind of just, it's Christmas, so I will do any color. If I like it, it's going to be in my house. um, I don't do a lot of coordinating, so I figured with this being the reds and the greens and the silvers and the golds, it's very like your normal everyday Christmas color. So I thought it would go along with anybody's theme. Um, but I'm just taking these picks and I'm doing every other one since they have a lot of sparkle and details to them. And then on those in-between boxes, we're going to use those for filler. So I will show you what I use in a moment. Okay, so like I said before, here are the Dollar Tree picks that they had. So they had this red one, and then they had a gold one. My son loves like gold and yellow, so I'm putting a lot more gold into this than I normally would, only because that's the color he gravitates towards, and I figured he'd really love this since he liked the overall project so far. So what you want to do to help fill in your areas is I am taking some of this, it's like, it looks like a Christmas tree, but it's just like these metal, I don't even know what the heck they're called. They're from a Dollar Tree. They, you can use them to like hang stuff, so this way here you don't have something that doesn't look like a Christmas tree, but they have metal in the center of them. If you guys know what they're called, let me know down in the comments, because my brain's drawing a blank. Um, and then my Dollar Tree also had some like gold, uh, they're not beads. I keep wanting to say beads, but berries. They had some gold berries. They had these miniature white poinsettia looking flowers. They had some dogwood that had a whole bunch of like glitter thrown all over it. They had some fern that had like glitter thrown all over it. So I'm just using all of that as filler. And then I also found some cute little um, pine cones that they had at the Dollar Tree as well that were just tipped with some gold glitter, and I'm using those also just to help fill in any areas that I see that just need some extra oomph to it. So that is what I did here, and then just arranging it, if you are putting everything in there, step back from your project, because you'll be able to see if you have any like holes within your floral arrangements where you may need just a little bit of an extra something to go in there. And then also don't forget to use height. It'll make your project obviously look higher or taller than what it is than if you kept everything so low and too, well, in this case, to the bottom of those boxes. So I did an array of different heights on all of my floral that I put in there. I wanted some tall, some short, some high, some low, obviously, just to go ahead and give you that height. And I used every single piece that I could absolutely fit into this, just so that it was nice and full and beautiful. Let me know what you guys think of this one. I really do like how it turned out. I think it's beautiful. And again, another project I can't wait to put up as soon as Thanksgiving is done. Black Friday comes around. That is when all of my Christmas stuff will come out and be displayed for all of its glory. But I love how this one turned out. Let me know what you guys think as well. Okay, guys, and here are all three of my projects staged for you. So I have my little camper peace sign hanging up instead of sitting on my table. I can do both with him, which I love that it's very versatile. And then, of course, I have the ornament sign with that lovely peace on earth. And I really love how that one turned out. I think it's absolutely gorgeous, especially for something that was so quick and easy just to throw together. And then also our Believe boxes with all of the floral and arrangements in there. I love how beautiful this is just sitting there on my table. And I really didn't want to put it away, but it doesn't go with any of my other fall decor. But let me know what you guys think of these overall three projects. If you love this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It definitely helps out my channel. And if you are not subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so that you can be notified of all my future uploads. And I will see you guys again next Friday with another Christmas DIY. Have a good day. Bye.